What's going on, guys? Today we're going to talk about how to get oxygen for your adult day center. What do you need to do? What do you need to be tracking? How should you structure your funnel? But first, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, show a little love. Guys, we put all this work into this for you, and Dre said he's not feeling it. Give it to him. Hit that like button. Hit the comment section. Type in some notes. Let us know what you want to hear, and we will make a video just for you, unless we already have one out there, because we have tons of videos. I don't know. I'm getting to a point where I don't know what else to talk about, okay? So, like, comment, and subscribe. Show a little love. My name is Kris, the founder and CEO of ActivAge, Daytime Senior Care. And today I want to talk to you about the funnel. Do you have a funnel? Do you know what your funnel is? Do you understand the percentages, okay? Because every single organization, no matter what, relies on sales. Sales are your oxygen, and you gotta know when those sales come into the funnel, okay, what is the percentage of the conversion rates as it goes through the funnel? Do you know that? Because if you can start to build some historic pattern based on your experience, if things change, if percentages start to change within the funnel, you'll be able to adjust or at least go inspect that part of the process and understand, for whatever reason, what is causing, people to convert like a smaller percentage. What is causing that? Is there an issue with the internal sales process? Is there too much friction and so they're not converting as much? Which stage seems to have the problem? So this is a good way for you to kind of assess the funnel and where you're at and what you need to do to fix it. So number one, and obviously like everyone's sales process is going to be a little bit different, but it's important for you to write it out. And I just did this very simple. So obviously a new lead comes in the funnel. Then we're going to try to schedule them for a tour. Then we're going to try to schedule that tour for a guest pass, and then eventually we want that guest pass to turn into a member. And so what are the percentages of this process? So for every 10 leads that come in, okay, so you get 10 new leads that come in the funnel, okay? How many of these 10 are going to turn into a tour? How many would you hope to turn into a tour? Let's say 8, okay? 8 of those leads turn into a tour. You were able to talk to this person on the phone, or they submit a form on your website, or they email you, some way, somehow they've called, emailed, or submitted a form, and this is, a new lead that comes into the system. Now, out of those inquiries, how many of those folks can you get to commit to coming in for a tour? So is that 8? If so, then what percentage of the inquiries are you converting? That would be 80%. So you know that for every lead, you can convert 80% of them to tours, right? Right. Okay, so now when we think about the number of tours that come by, so they come in, you show them around, you give them the big grand tour and introduce them to the wonderful team, and make them feel like they are VIP. And now you got to convince them to come back for the guest pass, right? So now maybe you've toured the family member, you've toured the adult child, the mom or the spouse, or that person that's kind of the responsible party for this individual. And now, how many of those tours can you lead or convert into that loved one, the person who is in need of care? How many of those tours can you convert into guest passes where that loved one comes for the day, they explore the day, they spend the day with you complimentary, or whatever program you have in place? How many of those can you convert? Is it 6? Is it 5? What is that number? So let's say in this case it's 5, right? Boom. So for the 10 leads that came in, we were able to convert 5 of them to guest passes. So somewhere between here and here, we lost 3. What happened to those 3? Did you give a bad tour? Did you give a good tour? Did you scare them away? Did you try to sell them too hard? What happened? So it's important to figure out, those 3 that you lost, go do a little discovery. Is it not the right time? It's not for them. They don't think their loved one would like the place. Just find out what it is. Start making a mental note. Start tracking what those reasons are. Maybe you can help maybe on the tour, you can kind of combat some of these potential reasons for not coming or not going to that next stage of guest pass. Maybe you'll learn how to overcome objections by learning what people are, why people are choosing not to turn into a guest pass, right? Now on the guest pass stage, this is the time to shine. This is the moment that you gotta make an emotional connection, and you gotta forge a relationship with the loved one who's attending with you for the day. And you want their loved one, you want that responsible party when they come back to pick up their loved one for the day, you want them to have an emotional connection, to know, one, that that they can have peace of mind. They can leave their loved one here and they can go and be free to do whatever they want to do, but also have peace of mind knowing their loved one is in a safe environment and that their loved one is having a good time, because that's going to reduce and get rid of all the guilt that they might have. So how many of these guest pass can you convert to members? Maybe it's only 2. Again, we lost 3, okay? But in this case here, we converted 50% of our leads to guest passes, and we ended up converting, say, 20% of our guest pass to new members, okay? So now you have your percentages figured out. You know that 80% of all the leads are gonna turn into tours. You know that 50% of all the leads are gonna turn into guest pass, and you know that 20% of all the leads are gonna turn into new members, okay? So what happens when these start to fluctuate? What happens when 80% turns into 60%? What happens when the number of guest passes turn into 30% and you're only converting 10% of your members? What do? Interested in owning your very own ActivAge? Join the fastest growing franchise concept in senior care. As an ActivAge franchise partner, you can be in business for yourself, but not by yourself. Have access to a world-class Margaritaville-style environment, and together we can change the world for seniors and their family caregivers. Own an ActivAge today. Shh, it's a movement. You get to go back and you can inspect each of these stages of your sales process and you can get an idea as to what is causing that problem. If this is seeing a drastic decrease, then who's giving your tours? Are you? Is it your husband? Is it someone on the team? Maybe they need to be trained up. Maybe they need to get more like assistance, more education on how to give a tour properly. Or maybe you got the wrong person altogether in that spot. Maybe you shouldn't be giving tours, or maybe if it's your husband or your business partner, maybe they shouldn't be giving tours. Maybe you want to keep them on the books, the finances, and maybe the operation, but they're just terrible at sales. They get all nervous and their hands get all sweaty and they can't talk, and they don't know how to answer questions or overcome objections, and they get nervous, and then it never turns into a guest pass because they can never get past the tour. So which area, what stage of this process do you need to go inspect? So these are important. If you don't have this data because you don't have an adult day center already, then good. When you first open, collect this data. Start collecting it from day one so you can start to build this this database, so you have information, you have numbers to pull from, because over time, over the course of that first year, you'll have an idea of what your average is, and you'll be able to adjust based on that, and you'll be able to adjust if you start to see decreases and increases or fluctuations in the different stages of the pipeline. So it's important for you to have this information. If you don't already have a CRM, make sure you get a CRM. This will help you track this a lot easier because it'll just be part of the CRM and you won't have to do it manually. It'll just already probably build or give you a dashboard with this information. So make sure you do that from the very beginning. If you already are open and you already have an adult day center and you don't have a CRM system, then you better get one. And if you have this data somewhere, then go look at it and just get an idea of what it is so you know where you can improve. That being said, guys, the reason why leads are so important is because at the end of the day, and most of you in healthcare know that money is not why we do what we do. At the end of the day, we do what we do because we care about making a difference in other people's lives, and we care about making an impact, and we truly care about other people. However, if you are going to take care of people and take care of people well, you have to have enough oxygen. You have to be able to survive, and you gotta understand that in this case, when you're first starting out, money is oxygen for the business. It allows the business to breathe. It allows the business to support certain operations, certain aspects of the business that are going to help you provide the very best care and give families peace of mind. And so therefore, when you think of this, just understand that you are fighting not for money's sake, but for oxygen, and oxygen is going to give you freedom and allow you to give the very best care that you can give. So that being said, guys, if you want to open up your very own adult day center and you're not sure like, where do I start, where do I go, what do I do, go to adcpro.com, check out all of our latest videos on YouTube, and join us for our monthly webinar. Check out our private Facebook group. And if you are interested in opening your very own ActivAge, go to activagecare.com/franchise. We'll see you on the next one. Peace. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you'd like to learn how to open your own adult daycare center, go to adcpro.com. If you'd like the latest business tips, click here, and make sure you subscribe to our channel. Click here. We'll see you guys next time.